Here I am at a truck stop in Evergreen, Alabama, checking in. It's been about a week since I reached the coast of Jacksonville Beach, so I guess you could call this the epilogue. It's been a week of relaxing with my friends in Pensacola. It's been nice, but now I gotta get to Atlanta. I gotta do some adult stuff, I guess. Buses and trains were not exactly bike-friendly and not exactly within my budget, so I decided I'm gonna bike to Atlanta, but maybe not all the way. Maybe I'm gonna hitchhike. See what I can wheel and deal at this truck stop. How far did I go? I left Pensacola today. It is Tuesday. Well, now it's Wednesday. I don't know. It's like 80 miles, maybe something like that. I'm getting a little tired. It's after midnight. Got to get to Atlanta by Friday. I've got a job interview, so that's the gauntlet before me. I've got a lot of miles to go. And asked all these truck drivers if they were heading to Atlanta, and no luck yet. But it's Wednesday now. Okay, let's recap. I left Pensacola yesterday at about 2 p.m. and I rode my bike approximately 80 miles to Evergreen, Alabama, wherein I asked 100 truck drivers if they were heading north. I decided I'd sleep on it and maybe have better luck in the morning. However, I have to get to Atlanta by Friday for my job interview, and that's like 240 miles, so I gotta hitchhike. Failure is not an option, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat a hot dog and drink a lot of caffeine, and then I'm gonna ask 100 more truck drivers. Failure. Got kicked out of the truck stop for asking for rides. Apparently that's illegal. Now I'm getting frustrated. And in the movies, you always see people hitching rides with truck drivers. Truck drivers heading from A to B. Travelers heading from A to B. You know, give you a few bucks and nice conversation. What's the harm in that? I guess there's just been too many horror stories over the years of hitchhikers doing bad things and enter rules and regulations. And now we live in a world where we can't be efficient and help each other out, and that sucks. And the stakes just got raised. Now I've got 2 job interviews Friday and a potential modeling gig, oddly enough. Come on, come on. Don't worry, I promise I'll adopt some better eating habits once I get to Atlanta. Okay, reality check. I'm about 200 miles or so from Atlanta, something like that. It's Wednesday, late afternoon, and my job interview is in about 42 hours. I'm not going to make it by bike. I found a somewhat reasonable solution. I'm going to bike 40 more miles into Montgomery, and then in Montgomery there's a bus station, blah, 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 blah. So my point being, nobody's morally obligated to stop for me. When I was a driver, I passed by many hitchhikers and didn't stop for them, so what makes me entitled? Do I wish I had a time machine to the 1970s, back when hitchhiking was a socially acceptable form of travel? Yeah, that would be nice. How does that old saying go? If wishes were bicycles, something like that? It's worth pointing out the irony that back when I was gung-ho about biking coast to coast and not accepting any rides, a lot of rides were offered to me and I turned them down. And now, of course, tables are turned. So what's the moral of that story? Well, as we all know, what's that old adage, the classic pearl of wisdom we're all sick and tired of hearing, is that the things you want come when you stop wanting them. Once I accept the fact, accept it with my full being inside and out, the fact that I do not need a ride, maybe I don't deserve a ride, I'm self-sufficient without one. Then, and only then, one will be offered at the most inconvenient time. Saith the corn-dog-eating, rock-star-chugging Zen master. Interesting little predicament I found myself in. So I'm in Montgomery, it's about midnight or thereabouts. Greyhound bus leaves in a few hours, and in order to take my bike, they require it be in a particular kind of box. But they happen to have just run out of those boxes. After a bit of arguing, they said if I can find some cardboard in local dumpsters and piece together something that qualifies as a box by their definitions, then they'll let me take my bike on that bus. I had to actually climb into that dumpster to get some of the harder to reach boxes, as if I didn't smell bad enough already from the 2-day bike ride. Whoever's sitting next to me probably doesn't need my phone number. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Well, look at that. I'm in Atlanta now. All right, time to get to work.